Superhero costumes. Arguably the most important part about a superhero when exposing them to a new audience. They're bright, they're colorful statement pieces about who these characters are, with bold symbols on the chest, regal, bellowing capes in the back, and also a way for us to let down our guard. What guard are you talking about, Alex? I have no clue what you mean. Because a lot of us online, for all of our opinions, for all of our big ideas that we have about what superheroes are, what they mean, and how they're super psychological and mean all these important things, and they're super deep, base level in our caveman brain, we can't deny the fact that they just look cool as
language.
But Alex, I know all about superhero costumes. I'm also autistic and have never known the touch of a woman. First off, Mark, big props on you coming to that realization on your own. Your mother is wrong about all those things she says about you. I want to bring this up not just because superhero costumes are extremely fascinating for me, but because there seems to be this constant dialogue online amongst nerds regarding specifically interpretations of live action superhero costumes. It's really wrapped around the MCU's interpretation of superhero costumes. The way the Marvel Cinematic Universe adapts these larger-than-life, brightly colored suits into something that is tangible in a live-action setting. The phenomenon I'm talking about is the MCU's Marvel Suit Lines phenomenon. What is the Marvel Suit Lines phenomenon? I'm glad you asked, Joshua. The Marvel Suit Line phenomenon is when the MCU adapts costumes from the comics and seemingly for no reason adds all these panels and extra lines in the suit, either to add texture or to break up some of these big blotches of color that they realistically would be, or just to make it look like something tangible in the real world. At least this is what most people have said has to be the reasoning for these lines. But I think there's another option that we really haven't considered, which is the basis of this video, which is that not only are the Marvel suit lines extremely important, but they are absolutely necessary to modern superhero costumes within film. Let's start with the basics. The one main important thing for all costumes for superheroes, at least for males, in movies, comics, whatever, they all have to have this V shape, this Dorito-looking shape that gives the prominence to the shoulders and really narrows down the waist to give these heroes that larger-than-life look that we're so used to. Immediately when you're adapting these costumes into a real-life film setting, the first problem comes is that real people don't look like this, at least not all the time. I get it, there are bodybuilders, there are people that go to the shows and that dehydrate themselves and tan themselves to where they look perfect for the 10 minutes they're on stage to get their scores. Hugh Jackman, obviously, is very well known for doing this in the Wolverine films. It works for Hugh Jackman and Wolverine because he's either shirtless or in a muscle shirt the whole time. The big thing that all these other actors have, where they're at a disadvantage, is that they have to be wearing the costume. We've had clips of Chris Evans without his costume, and he gives us that Dorito shape. You put the suit on him, they have to do other things to get that shape. But Alex, what does this have to do with the lines? The lines create this Dorito-style look, or at least trick our eyes into it, and create this V look that we all want to see in our superheroes. And if you don't believe me, I'll show you some examples. I've taken to calling this V shape for superheroes the good V. Wait a minute, I don't think I can call it that. This isn't just an MCU thing. This has been happening since before the MCU. There's so much MCU stuff, we call it an MCU problem. But this has been very prominent in the DCU. Even with Henry Cavill's Superman, there are lines on that suit that give us that V shape, that give us that appearance of the slimmer kind of build on the belt area, but give us that sense of going out and broadening those shoulders, which is the superhero look. All superheroes do this in some way. A phenomenon that I am now calling the V-spot. Shit. But Alex, they did that in Tom Holland's Spider-Man suit, but they didn't do it for Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man suit. They did, but they did it differently. In the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man suit, he has muscles actually screen printed onto this costume. They're very subtle, but they are there. That's not just the actor, that's not the padding. If you look at the behind the scenes of them building these suits, it is screen printed muscle, and the muscle is in positions that help naturally make that V look, which works for Spider-Man because it's a skin-tight jumpsuit. Tom Holland's newest Spider-Man suit, while not doing the muscle suit thing, has these lines. Now, they're not as blatant as some of the other suits we've talked about, but the line of where that red kind of shoots down is very reminiscent to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man 2 suit, where they did the same thing. Not only is it true to the comics because the red goes down, but at the exact position that it goes down, the length that it goes down, how narrow the red parts are, is to give us the illusion of broader shoulders, which is the red portion, and a slimmer build going into that belt area. Alex, Christopher Reeve's Superman didn't need lines, and Michael Keaton's Batman didn't need lines. First, with Michael Keaton's Batman, he again had the muscle thing. They literally put muscles on his suit to give him the illusion of that V. We either put muscles on the suit, or we add lines and panels to give them that V look. And with Christopher Reeve, you're absolutely right. He didn't have any lines on his suit. It's probably one of the best superhero suits ever, right? Except he did have lines on his suit, but it's the Superman crest. The Superman crest is already, hear me out, this is going to blow your mind, it's already an upside down triangle. So it's already doing the heavy lifting of giving us that look of the broad shoulders where the red S goes out, and then again narrowing down, going towards the lower chest to belt area to give us that V look. He didn't need lines on the suit because the lines were the goddamn crest on the Superman suit. So I guess what I'm saying is everyone always craps on these lines, but what is the alternative to get this look? To pad up everybody and them just be wearing muscle suits under everything like Henry Cavill? Yes, I understand Henry Cavill worked out and he looks amazing, but they gave him a slight muscle suit underneath to really show the definition of the muscles through the fabric of the suit. But that's what these lines are for. Every single one, look at it. They all follow that thing of the lines right here on the lower part of the torso, then broader lines going up into the top of the chest and into the shoulders. Really what I'm trying to say is the MCU lines are important to the suit because they help give the heroes that V shape that we're used to seeing from the comics, the cartoons, and now we've grown accustomed to seeing in the movies. A phenomenon that I've taken to calling the vertical alignment graph V. Son of a bitch. If you like content like this, 1, please go outside. But 2, thank you very much. Please like, subscribe for more content. And also, like my mom always used to say, Alex, nobody will want to tingle your pingle if you don't cut your toenails.